I started noticing the way her eyes flickered, just for a second, before she forced them back to neutral. That's how the night began. 1 second of hesitation. 1 second too long. It happened when I walked into the venue and saw her already seated, laughing a little too softly at something her boss whispered. She didn't expect me to arrive early. She didn't expect me to see her face without the performance. She didn't expect the mask to slip. But it did. And in that tiny break, something inside me shifted. She straightened up the moment she noticed me, like she'd been caught doing something she shouldn't. She waved, small and nervous, almost pleading for me to come sit beside her. But I didn't. I walked past her, slowly, and watched her smile freeze, watched her breath catch. I could feel every pair of eyes on me, but I only saw hers, wide, uncertain, afraid of something she hadn't confessed yet. I sat beside her boss instead, an elegant woman with a presence that could silence the room when she wanted to. She looked at me, surprised, then intrigued. She crossed her legs, rested her hand lightly on my knee, and smiled like she knew exactly what she was doing. My wife turned pale. And the funniest part? I still didn't know the whole truth at that moment. I just knew something was wrong. Deeply, quietly wrong. 4 months. 4 months of her rolling away from me in bed. 4 months of, I'm tired, I'm stressed, not tonight. 4 months of her body going cold every time I reached for her. I tried to rationalize it, tried to be patient, tried to believe her. But doubt, once it finds a home, it grows. And lately, she'd been guarding her phone like it held the cure to something fatal, turning the screen away from me, silencing notifications, smiling at messages she never mentioned. I didn't confront her, didn't accuse her, didn't even ask. I just watched. And the more I watched, the more the pieces rearranged themselves into something ugly. Late nights for work, sudden need for privacy, new perfume she never wore around me. I stayed quiet. Silence is a scalpel if you know how to use it. A week before the party, I checked our phone bill. Not her messages, just the numbers she'd been calling. One stood out. Late night calls, daily texts, hours on weekends. Someone saved under a name I didn't recognize. I memorized the number, looked it up, and felt something cold settle in my chest when her boss's name appeared on the screen. Everything clicked. Her sudden confidence, her nightly distance, her careful lies. Not a male coworker, not some stranger, her boss. A woman she swore she respected, a woman she said she admired, a woman she never once mentioned talking to after hours. But they were talking, a lot. I didn't rage, didn't break anything, didn't confront her. I just waited. The best traps require stillness. And tonight, the work party, their intimacy bled through the cracks. The way they glanced at each other, the way my wife leaned in, a little too close when she thought no one was watching. When her boss's hand touched my knee, she didn't pull away fast, she let it linger, testing, observing, maybe enjoying how my wife's face drained of color. She leaned toward me, whispering, "Is this making her uncomfortable?" I looked straight ahead. "It's making something very clear," I said softly. My wife stood up abruptly, knocking her glass over. People turned. She forced a laugh, pretended it was nothing, but her eyes kept darting between us. She knew. She knew I knew, and she didn't know how much. I gave her that answer after dessert. I waited until she approached me, voice trembling, trying to pull me aside. I didn't move. I simply slid my phone toward her on the table, screen open, displaying the call logs. Her breath hitched. I watched her pupils shake, watched her lips part, trying to form a lie, watched the terror crawl up her neck. Her boss's fingers tightened on her wine glass. She knew too. My voice stayed calm. 4 months, I said. You could have just told me. I wasn't. It's not. She stuttered, eyes burning. I didn't raise my voice. Don't insult me with a lie when the truth is already in front of you. She collapsed into a chair, covering her face. Her boss went pale, frozen in place. I stood, buttoned my jacket. My heartbeat didn't rise. My hands didn't shake. Everything inside me had already died weeks ago. Before I walked away, I leaned close enough for only her to hear. You didn't reject me for 4 months. You replaced me. She sobbed, quiet, broken. I left the venue without looking back. She chased after me, calling my name, begging for a chance to explain. I didn't stop, didn't need to. Some endings don't require closure. Some betrayals explain themselves. The night air felt colder, cleaner, almost peaceful, and for the first time in months, my bed wouldn't feel empty. I wasn't the one who left it.